Till that little. All right. Now let's go ahead and do our shares and our shares and our shares.
Yes, sir, Mr. Trevor Berryhill.
Mr. Me, Mrs. You.
Yes, we're gonna call this live at noon with Trevor.
Live at noon 14. Hey, at least we're finding out that we're live somehow, right?
That's right. We live. Let me see. Let me share it because it's not one person on here.
And it's not even showing up on the page yet. There he is.
It's on the page.
I found it.
No, I'll do all the shares and
yeah, because you got all the groups. Everyone loves Miss Wintisall.
Everybody loves Mr. Trevor Berryhill. It's a 2-way street here, baby. 2-way street here.
I'm just an asshole. They tolerate me.
No, people love you.
Oh, there's Mr. Clack. Good morning, Mr.
Hey, Mr. Clack. My man. Mr. Clack, you got people trying to fight me with wigs and stuff, but they got other issues now. Don't play with it. Don't play with it.
Damn, that's a lot of bail money she's gonna have to raise. But no, we want to go to school board first.
That's all. So we'll say the rest. Okay.
He comes in at the end.
No shade with it. No shade with it. Okay.
Find the mute button on your phone, good sir.
Tell them, Trevor, because we are the best. 810 News Media Group. Shout out to the best producer in the world, Mickey Jordan. If you like the content and like what you see, hit that Cash App, $sign 810 News Media Group, or turn it over to Trevor.
Yeah, look, we ain't gonna shill, but we got bills. Okay, this shit don't come for free.
That's right. Tell him, Trevor.
But no, we just got back from the press conference.
Yeah. We're gonna say that for last though.
Well, no, we had drive time. That's why we're running a little bit late. And then I don't function without coffee. The sheriff's department didn't like the look of me without the caffeine in me. They left me outside of the press conference. I was sitting in the hallway. They're like, "Nah, this man looks too deranged."
Well, because he wasn't identifiable.
That I didn't have my caffeine. I looked deranged. I looked like a rabid raccoon.
He was.
I looked like a rabid raccoon. All right, look, one more person.
You see the way I looked at him too, because I knew he was gonna say something.
The phones are gonna go flying.
Why you fussing? Can you text Kevin Roy?
Kevin Roy?
That's my friend. He said this is my show.
No, he just texted me too.
Did he?
And I'm not even gonna text him.
Why? Oh, you gonna call him?
He responds better to calls.
Okay. Listen, while you all are waiting for him to call his brother, this is Trevor's Rant, and we welcome you. This is Trevor Berryhill. Wait a minute.
Kevin Roy. No, I'm on air. Miss Wyntis said she wants to see her Kevin Roy. So jump in the comments and we'll get to that eventually.
Yeah.
He's trying to scoop us on our own show.
I love him.
What a son of a bitch.
I love him.
Damn, you must have had a real bastard of a father. Wait.
Oh, hey. We will not talk about the late. I know, and we will not talk about the late great Mr. Berryhill.
All right, brother. I'll see you in a few. Love you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Hey, you know what? You got to tell the people you know that you love them when you see them, when you talk to them.
That's right, because you never know when the last time it's going to be.
Yeah, that shit hits.
Yeah.
So, welcome. This is Trevor's Rant. As Ms. Wyntis has said, this is Ms. Wintisall, most wonderful co-host I could ever ask for. I am Trevor Berryhill. I'm just some random dude on the internet who likes to scream, shout, and yell about stupidity.
And boy, you got a lot to scream about today.
Oh, god damn.
You got a lot to scream about.
They just love feeding me.
I know. I know.
Like, if stupidity would actually put some body mass on me, I might have a body to be a bodyguard.
I know, Trevor. Believe me. And you know what? They do so much stupid shit, and then they get mad at us when we tell them what they did. Like, y'all did it.
It's like the toddler. Nah. It's even worse than that. These people are so stupid. They're like the child that goes through, kills their parents, then asks the judge for leniency because they're now an orphan. That is the stupidity flying around.
That is. That's true.
True. I fucked up the city, but please, I'm trying to fix the city that I did done fucked up. No clemency. Look, you want sympathy? It's between shit and syphilis in the dictionary. Go find yourself some.
Yeah.
It ain't come from me. But since I stayed up until the wee hours in the morning, I would call it the ass crack of dawn, but this is just the dawn crack. getting everything set up and ready and typing stuff out. Well, let's go buy the book here.
Okay. He said, let's go buy the book.
I mean, I usually write a book. I got about half a page, and most of that spaces right now.
Right. Listen. When we come on Trevor's show, I already know this is what I got to talk about. Nothing more. This is what you talk about.
Yeah.
Okay,
I try to be organized.
I know.
I do.
know. This is what I got to talk about.
Hey, you should see my.
But this is good. This is good topics today. This is stuff that I want to talk about. So let's talk.
So, you and I both spoke at the school board meeting.
Yes, the school board meeting. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay,
it was when AD would have normally been on.
Okay,
that's how I keep track of things. Whose show is on when?
Okay.
Now that's my weekly schedule. So it isn't Friday to me; it's Rant Day.
Mm-hmm.
Just like tomorrow isn't Saturday; it's Reverend Threlkel.
Okay.
Yeah, you see how I do my weeks?
Yeah, I see. I'm not gonna say nothing.
I'm dumb.
But no, shout out to Reverend Threlkel, 8 a.m. tomorrow. Let's talk about it. But
yeah, exactly. Tomorrow's Reverend Day.
Yeah.
Thursdays is Wyntis Day. So on AD Day,
mm-hmm.
we went to school board. We both spoke.
Mm-hmm.
I happened to go on about the new direction.
Right.
Because there are some things that are appropriate for me to talk about, some things that aren't, some things I'll never experience that I will never know.
Right.
So I can't speak on behalf of the horrible things that were said to Mr. King and to Mr. Dillon. Look at her. I get her a TV so we can see the comments, and she's using it like a damn beard.
Listen, I was wondering if he was gonna notice. Trevor got us this big TV up in here, and I get to see myself.
Yeah.
Okay, Trevor, go ahead.
So, as we spoke about last time, they tried removing Dillon. They did, but then they couldn't.
Right.
They removed Mr. King.
Yeah.
They said they want to go in a new direction.
Yeah, a new direction. And then they put the old lady back in there with the mullet. Joyce used to have a blonde mullet. She looked like an old...
right out of the 80s.
Tim McGrath.
Disappointment that she is.
Yeah.
And she looked like she walked straight out of the trailer park. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'll keep that one aside.
Okay.
But right after that, we had another resignation. One that you broke.
Mm-hmm. And she was the executive director of academics.
Yes.
Dion Klingman, I think that was the name.
I believe that was her name.
Okay.
So
I couldn't keep.
These are well-paying positions. These are big titles.
Right.
You don't just walk away from that.
Oh no, this is from the city of Flint, but they had an agenda at the.
Is it on the back end?
No, this is.
No, you got something scribbled.
No, that was notes. Somebody gave me their number for something.
Okay.
But this was I was trying to find the agenda for the school board meeting because on the second page they had all of the resignations, and then it went over to the third page. That wasn't even
staff and
yeah,
teachers.
and it didn't even have the lady's name that I just broke.
Yeah.
We're
talking about the title holders right now.
Share it, save it. We are mainstream media, ATN News Media Group. We break the news to you first. We are at the press conferences. We are in the field. We are in the studio almost every day. That's why you got to hit that $ Cash App. Wait a minute. $ ATN News Media Group, because we need you. We need you to keep us going out there. Please. $ ATN News Media Group on the Cash App. We're sending some of those little stars. Okay, back to you. That was our little announcement.
That was our little spiel. All right. But these job titles, they take a long time to get to. They pay decent.
Mm-hmm.
They carry weight. You don't just resign from that at the drop of a hat.
Mm-hmm.
That takes a lot of time, a lot of thought, a lot of prayer, a coming to Jesus moment.
Right.
That isn't even a 5-month decision.
Absolutely.
That is being eroded down to your very core over a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have 2 people in common from the last board? 3?
3. 2. Joyce and Laura. They're the only 2.
2 people in common from the last board.
Yeah.
One of them happens to have 9 HR complaints against her.
Laura.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 9 HR complaints against her. 4, are they all for the same thing basically?
From the same person.
Well, damn. No, I thought it was from different people.
No, 9 from the same person.
Wow. Well,
over a 3-month period.
Wow.
Harassment, berating, degrading, feeling that she has an elected position. By the way, that elected position only pays about $25, $27 per meeting. You ain't shit.
And then the one lady had put out a statement. One of them that's resigning, but it wasn't an official statement. But
I believe that was the assistant superintendent, correct?
I can't remember, but she said that she couldn't get support from the board, and she
Mhm.
was like, she wanted the board to like act up, straighten up, and
Mhm.
they wouldn't do it.
She also said that certain members of the board were slandering her,
Yep.
blaming things on her that weren't her fault.
That's right.
This wears you down.
Yep.
This is a long time.
Yep.
And we can say that there are 2 common denominators there, a Mick and a Mac.
Mick and Mac.
All that to say that these 2 women have conspired with 3 others if you count the wig, to take the board in a new direction.
Right.
But to me, it feels like this new direction is the same as the old direction that drove these people, these key staff, these key members of personnel away. When it comes to a school, your only concern is children. You must educate them. You are babysitting someone else's crib midgets for peanuts. These aren't your little womb nuggets. I didn't produce little Jeffrey over there, but you know what? I'm going to love him the same.
Right.
I've never seen a teacher without love in their heart.
Right. Right.
But they need help.
What did that lady say? She only made $38,000. I don't know how she survives off of that.
Me neither. But they need help, right?
Yep.
That's what the admin is for.
Absolutely.
To take care of the paychecks,
yes,
to make sure the paperwork's good, to make sure everyone's in compliance. And now they don't have that.
Nope.
They are without key personnel.
Yes, they are. A lot.
And I'm asking them. I asked them face to face and I was ignored. You know what I got from Mick and Mac?
What? Yeah, they wouldn't look up at me either, Trevor. I don't think they like us for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, I know why, and I'm proud of it.
But I think we're very likable people. We really just tell it like it is. And so how could you not respect that?
When your IQ is higher than room temperature, we are very likable.
That's true. That's true. But they didn't want to look at us.
No.
Now Claudia looked at me. She looked at me.
Was it Claudia or the eyes in her wig?
No, she didn't have her wig on the other day. Oh, nope, it was just her by herself.
I couldn't see her because she kept hiding from me.
No. She maybe was hiding from the police. Oh, okay. No shade.
No
shade.
Later.
Okay.
Okay. But now, what is this new direction? They didn't answer me.
They didn't answer me.
Any of us.
Now, didn't you hear me? I said you all ran on a new direction because the old direction didn't work.
Yes.
Then when you voted in the new leaders, it was a new direction. Now, 3 months later, you want to get rid of the new leaders because you want to move in a new direction. Like what?
New direction to
where?
How many times can you turn left until you're going back the way you came?
I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't like what's going on in the school board.
All right, Mr. Clack, I'll give them a slide on that. But you know what? They could have at least answered on social media. They could have brought it up somewhere down the line in any of their
answer
speeches.
The question on what?
Can't answer the public.
Oh, yeah.
Usually there's in most governance, a moment for members of a council, such as our city council or school board, to address questions.
But
however, this is not in theirs.
But President Clack was there when they was removing King and Luna, and they said they wanted to go in a new direction. So that's what we're talking about. Like, I'm sure you probably wanted to know what that new direction was and if it included your ass or not.
I mean, at some point, Mr. Clack, it might have to come up while you're addressing the board in public. Yeah. Guys, what new direction are you talking about?
Right.
What is so different?
Right.
What is so radical that you want to change? Because right now we are open.
Yeah.
We are honest. We are open about our financial issues.
Right. And we there to support you, Clack, so you got to let us know about this new direction. Because if you okay with the new direction, then we going to back off.
I won't back off because I've already told Mr. Clack I like him, I trust him, I
Okay,
respect him.
there you go to Clack. I know. He said you would think the direction would include the guy with the hammer. You would think
At least the
so.
conversation.
I told him don't play with it. Don't play with it.
But that's been stuck
That's my
on you
song
today.
for today.
That's been stuck. But no, if I've told Mr. Clack someone who I like, I respect, I trust. If I think he's doing something wrong, I'm gonna bring it to him personally, man to man. Say, Mr. Clack, I don't like what you're doing. Here is why.
Right.
Because he deserves that respect.
Absolutely, he does.
He has shown us respect. He
Yes,
has shown
he
the
has.
community respect.
Yes, he has.
Therefore, he gets that respect back.
Yes. Yes.
Now, when you start discounting a community, when you start discounting people around you, when you start just taking random shots in the dark, that's when you're going to get slapped around.
And you know what?
That's when you're going to get the verbal abuse that we at 810 so readily hand out.
Yeah, but we don't care. But you know what I find amazing about President Clack? While we talking about him real quick, you owe us some money for this shout out. But seriously,
man, he's a teacher.
The teachers, I know, and that's what I was going into. The people who have contacted me behind the scenes, who shall remain nameless, they only feel comfortable with Mr. Clack because they feel like he is the only one that understands them. They don't like the rest of the board. Even that sweet little lady. We went up there the other week when they had the board meeting. There was a little teacher there, Miss Ramirez.
Yes.
She was about your size, Trevor, a little bit shorter.
This way, but yeah, she's definitely shorter. I ran into her and I was there. She always speaks.
Very nice lady. Now, that was the one that she filed a complaint that day on Johnny Cole because he was trying to jump on her in the parking lot.
And Mr. Clack put himself in
and
between.
And Mr. Clack, he did. He stopped it. He stopped it because he didn't want her to. Miss Rodriguez, that was her name, Miss Rodriguez. Johnny Cole tried to jump on her in the parking lot, and she filed a complaint with the Flint Police Department because she didn't have a hazmat suit at the time, so she had to get away from it.
It's pretty sad when we have to start looking around.
No shade with it. No shade with it.
Start expecting hazmat suits to be readily available for the public.
I mean, when you're dealing with biohazards, you have to.
Bioweapons. No.
Okay, we're gonna save that for later. We're gonna save it for later. Okay, come on.
All right. Next, we got some teacher pay.
Mm-hmm.
Our teachers paid peanuts. Mm-hmm. And I found out during that meeting, thanks to a nice teacher's public comments, she said she had been new. And she'd been there for a few years, and she got a pay increase, and she was ecstatic. Mm-hmm. You know what they ended up doing? They ended up taking pay from teachers that had been there longer to spread that around to teachers that haven't been there as long to keep them there. They stole from Ron to pay Paul, or John to Paul. You know, put the names in there that are supposed to be there.
Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah.
That's okay.
They ripped off Peter
to pay Paul. That's Paul. Right. He hanging with us. He gonna get it. He gonna get us to give him some time.
Yeah. Wait, where's Peter?
Peter, not the Peter in the Bible.
Oh,
that's another Peter. But Peter in the Bible was cool though, because everybody think everybody in the Bible walked that straight saint life. Now Peter was Jesus' homeboy. I go to Mount Pisgah Missionary Baptist Church where Pastor Wallace Hill III taught me this. Peter was Jesus' homeboy. Okay, even though he was one of the disciples, but Peter sung that song too. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Because when they came after his boy Jesus, he took out his switchblade and he cut off their ear. So I'm telling you, they was hood in the Bible too.
Oh, God, yes.
Thank you, Pastor Hill, for enlightening me on my spiritual role.
Well, let's all, if you want to go look into that, and we're going to get off topic for a second. Moses crushed a sea on some motherfuckers.
You can't say Moses and the MF in the same sentence because he was like in the Bible. Dang. Let's go back to our paper.
Look, they was some heathens. All right.
Dang.
But no, how shitty would you feel if they removed some of your pay?
My mama said, talk closer to the mic.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
No, how shitty would you feel if they removed some of your pay to pay one of your colleagues who has been there less just to keep them there?
How shitty would you feel if they gave somebody $61,000 and they was only supposed to get $6,100?
Yeah, as a leaving bonus. She was already... I can't say that because I don't know. I want to bet as administrative personnel, She was probably getting paid more than them teachers already. We don't pay our teachers enough here. And yeah, I see Phil. Technically, I can.
Tony Wiggins just gave us a shout out. He just posted, Tony, I love you. He said, I guess A10 News Media is credible news media. Liddell Lewis, see how them folks said, yep, send them back with the other media. It was Channel 12 and A10 News Media. Look all them cats he threw it up.
Oh, man. We graduated. But no, there
Tony.
is something later that I have to discuss, a difference between us and 12, and it's an actual credible difference.
Okay.
That's just shitty, though. I mean, we don't have the actual budget to pay these teachers. But then it gets worse. Our teachers agreed to a pay halt.
Right.
So they're not getting any raises, cost of allowance, cost of living, influence, or, just even being there for a certain amount of time. No pay raises. And I support giving them the money that they are due to take care of our kids while we go out and work and to educate them so they can go out and be successful in life. However, and this isn't a however, don't. This is a however. There's an order of operations. If you're already 15 million upside down in your general budget.
Yes, sir.
And then you decide we're going to spend another 1.5 out of that. How are you going to pay your mortgage with a bank account in the negative?
You can't.
You can't.
You can't.
This isn't something that you can do.
Right.
However, that was a decision that 4 knuckleheads made.
Right.
Luna, Clack, and King all sat there. And you know what? I want little trophies to give out to people.
Don't you start that shit, Arthur Woodson.
No, this is on the positive.
No, you can't do that
I can
because
do
we
the
all
positive.
gonna start taking them trophies in there and they gonna swear it was a damn bomb in there. I told Art and I'm telling you, leave them damn trophies alone.
Look, I ain't gonna walk it in there. I'll walk it to their house. I'll knock on the door.
A10 News Media Group has nothing to do with the shit that goes on inside Trevor's head. Okay,
knock,
go
knock,
ahead,
knock, Mr. Clack. Here's your Voice of Reason award.
Okay.
Knock, 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 Mr. Luna. Here's your Voice of Reason award.
Okay, all right, Clack, Luna, and King.
Yeah, positives.
Okay, don't go.
I'm doing positives.
Okay, don't go to. Well, you might can go to Lower House.
I don't want to.
Well, I'm just saying.
I don't want to. I don't want to. No, you can't make me. Can't make me.
No, we're not sending anybody to her house.
Ever.
It's a joke. A joke. Ever.
All
Ever.
Right. Woodrow.
Woodrow Stanley.
No, Green.
Oh, okay. Rest in heaven. Woodrow Stanley. We love him.
Woodrow Green. The reason why they voted no is, number one, that was a partial payment. That was a one-time payout, boss. This does not make them whole. This just completes till the end of the year. Number two, they are sitting on, Clack, you still hear 20-something properties? Only 6 or 7 of them are actually being used. 11 schools, but only 6 or 7 are being used.
Man, Ronnie Dahl has a fit about that. Them schools, and then they still got the playgrounds there, and the kids got to go walk past them abandoned ass schools.
And there's a refusal to sell them from some people, calling them generational wealth. This is not wealth. Wealth comes from assets. These are not assets. These are liabilities. Number one, kid goes in there, plays around, finds out real fast what rust will do to you. Lockjaw, tetanus, impalement, or a brick falls off the damn building because a crow shit wrong. Now you've got major lawsuit. Yeah. And these properties are just sucking up money even without that.
Yeah.
You still have to insure it. I'm not sure if schools have to pay taxes to anyone. I'm pretty sure everyone pays taxes to someone.
Right.
It is money coming out of the school's pocket. So what Luna and King wanted to do is reduce the overhead. Now they have more money to work with. Sell that. Now they have even more. And then make the teachers whole in a proper way by increasing their pay at a monthly rate rather than a one-time payout. Mm-hmm. This wasn't a political jam by them. They want to do it the right way.
Right. I'm listening.
Oh, no. I mean, okay. I was answering the man's question because he had a legitimate question. Because the way it looks, if you don't take it into that context, is these 3 men said, fuck the teachers. Wait, one of them is a teacher. When you take it into context, you go, wait, one of them is a teacher. And Mr. Luna He happens to run a business. He knows how finance works. He knows if you're overhead. Wyntis, you're being called.
1 second. Okay.
Let it flow. Oh, man. Now I'm scared. All right. But you have to do it the right way in the order of operations. You have to reduce your overhead, increase your normal capital. And if that means bringing in money from selling some of these properties, there was a good point brought up that you can't do several, 4 or 5 of these old properties at once, especially because they want to close some old schools. I mean, some of them are still in operation. They have done heat map, and man, now I'm alone in here. If I start hearing bodies drop, you guys gonna see me run. No. Huh? Oh. Okay. Yeah, no, we're good. All right. So they've discussed this before. They have heat maps of where the students live, what schools are closest, which ones to close, but they actually have to do the work on it. And if they can do the work, I'm all for it. And that's going to be on all of them to show up to these meetings. However, I'm fairly sure we're only going to see 3 faces on the regular. That's the honest truth, guys. And going from that, state superintendent recently sent a letter to FCS over the resignation of the finance chair, head of finance. We have no one watching over our Title I funds. We have no one watching over any of the funds actually from FCS. No, who we have watching over it is GISD, which puts a strain on GISD. Get your ass back in the seat.
That's what they do at the church. Okay. Let them know we live on the set. Okay. All right. So go ahead. What did I miss? Where we at?
Just me going through a little bit more explanation, and then state superintendent writing a letter to FCS telling them to get their shit together.
Really?
Yeah.
The state superintendent.
State.
You know what? I wonder, have we sitting and have access to a wonderful, wonderful lady by the name of Dr. Pamela Pugh. She is running for senator. But Dr. Pamela Pugh is also president of the Michigan
Board of Education.
Right.
I looked her up last night because I wanted to talk to her.
Why don't they reach out to her and get some insight? Dr. Pamela Pugh is one of the smartest women I have ever met in my life when it comes to everything about schools. Mm-hmm. Michael Clack
calls her all the time, and smart man once again.
He does?
That's what he just said.
I didn't.
All the time.
There he did. He calls her all the time. I'm telling you, Dr. Pamela Pugh. If you got access to people like Dr. Pamela Pugh, who again is running for senator, but she's also president of the state board of education in Michigan. Flint Community Schools should be tapping into her. You should be tapping into her, getting her insight on what's going on, instead of tapping into Mick and Mac and Wig.
Mick, Mac, and Wig.
Mick, Mac, and Wig.
Can we just call them Mac and Cheese?
Nope, Mick, Mac, and Wig, because we can't leave the wig out. Okay, come on. Let's get the people what they want. What we here for now? Oh, we can't skip that one.
No, we cannot. How did that vote go? But how about this? We all know that there was a massive sewage backup into the 2nd Ward when the rivers were flooding. Pump 5 could not keep up. Mm-hmm. This wasn't actually a failure of Pump 5. It was overworked. However, this has been a deficiency known by the city. When did they announce that, boss man? 2012? 2014? That this pump couldn't keep up with those rivers started over? 2012, 2014. All right, so we've got a period of 11 to 9 years that they could unfuck this. We've had ARPA funds come in. We've had wind funds come in, which was supposed to be for our water infrastructure, was it not? Which I would assume
Come on, get your ass over here.
Get in the chair.
I'm like, he's
I'm
sitting up here.
talking to
Y'all
the
share
camera.
again, cause we got all the stars here today. I'm telling you, it's just A10. He don't even need an introduction. But I was gonna call him over to the table anyway because
Yeah, I was just gonna wait.
Swanson, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Okay.
no, when it
I
comes,
was gonna wait.
let's go to this
Hitting the
though.
school board, he's been there forever.
Art's
And
been following more.
Now
than
we're
us.
going with
You look
second
tall
war.
and big.
Hey,
Look big. As long as it's not a stomach
No,
shot.
because
I'm all right.
no.
I'm
Black
holding my
muscle.
breath. I'm holding my breath right now. You know what I'm saying? I've been working out. I've been, at a snail pace on the treadmill.
He been
Yeah,
pork
I'm
chop.
getting ready to go get a pork chop sandwich.
No, you gonna get some.
Who?
Where's Danielle at? He going to get some grapes.
Who?
And some pineapples. She told
Man,
you.
you better go.
Okay, let's get back to subject. We only got so
Right.
we only got so much time.
But
so
we've
Pump
known
Station
for this
5.
for a while. Pump Station 5 was not going to keep up if those rivers overflowed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I forgot her name, but she came from Sue. Dang, Sue Canal. It's a company from overseas.
Okay.
Her name was, I think, Janice. Janice. She works for the sewer. The last time that it backed up, and it was about 2-3 years ago. It was during a thunderstorm, and it was lightning, and they didn't have all the pumps going because we're with it's a Swiss company, Biofuel.
Okay,
And
I've heard of them.
Remember when they was at resolutions? It was a whole bunch of resolutions where they taking the waste and turning it into fuel.
Yeah.
I got to get the paperwork and stuff because I ain't talked about it in a while. Mm-hmm. So in order to be able to make money off of it, they had to shut down a whole bunch of pumps. So they didn't turn on like 3 pumps. I guarantee you, and I'm going through Eagle to get the paperwork. I guarantee you the way that this administration lies, I'm going to say lie. It's something totally different. What? Oh, I can't say lie.
Halftime. Mama, I'm live, baby. I'm getting your text. But Mama wanted me to tell y'all and everybody else.
I'm sorry.
That the driveway to Northern from Mackin Road is a dump site. Mama wanted me to tell Trevor and Art, her 2 boys.
Well,
yeah,
I
we
believe
just went over there.
Y'all just went over there?
Yeah, we went over there right after the listening session.
Okay.
We went over there and we saw it, and we're working on it now.
Okay. All right.
I was about to say, I think I saw Ronnie tap in, and she likes to
tell Mama you heard.
Yeah, Miss Harletta Martin, she does tailgate.
Yep.
And this is outside of her job duties. She get the tailgate ready for August 26th. So we went over there Saturday to look at it and see what
our off work. When she was off work.
Yeah. So we're gonna handle that. Okay. But the pump station, Flint had got sued for like $13 million.
Thanks.
That's a decent chunk of change.
Sewage backup. Matter of fact, Dr. Green.
Hold on.
What?
Matter of fact, Dr. Green said that her daughter had. I know he wanted to tell it, but I want to tell the story. Dr. Danielle Green had told me that her daughter was sick, and she had asthma growing up, and her basement had flooded back up. And she said that she went to the city and she asked them, to help her, repay her to get that basement fixed back up because it was turning into mold.
Correct.
Her baby had to go to the hospital for months because of that asthma and that water and sewage in her basement. And because they didn't help her, they had to end up paying a whole lot more.
I think she said that it was $50,000, but she turned around and got $160,000 because the city wouldn't do it, wouldn't fix it up. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing that I'm saying here. Councilwoman number 2. I don't like to say stuff. Liddell Lewis.
There we go.
Name and shame. She won't even vote to give her constituents in her ward relief.
No, she won't.
They've been since April the 1st. They have been sitting there with poop.
Man, even Quincy stood up Monday. It was like, look, these people, they shouldn't be smelling this stuff and living like this. I gotta give credit when credit is due.
You know what's so sad, man, is that she continuously lie. I'm gonna say lie because she said that she was on vacation. you only have a city council job. What are you on vacation from? Or what
Our
job?
city council job.
So, but here's the thing: it wasn't vacation. You live in Maryland because you on Facebook saying I can't help that I can afford 2 houses. You on Facebook saying, do it look like I carry a drive back on my back?
Absolutely.
You were down in Maryland that weekend at an award because you are one of the executive directors on that board. So stop lying and tell the truth about what it was that you were doing that weekend that you would not return the phone calls from your constituents. It's not the matter of who you direct them to. It's the fact that you would not even answer your phone for your own constituents. You knew what the job entailed before you ran for the, oh, no, you know what? She didn't know because she wasn't here, because she was living in Maryland and she ran in 2018. Then on top of that, she lost. She was incumbent. They put her in that seat. And then when she came in last place, she got mad at the people in Flint because she lost in Maryland and started singing, yeah, Janky. That is sad. So we see now that she has some type of mental illness because she takes her frustrations out on other people because of something that happened to her somewhere else.
That's why that little boy told her, pull up on me.
She expects it's not her fault she can afford 2 homes, right? She thinks everyone can do that. Not just 2 homes in 2 different states. So she thinks all these people in Flint can just go out and willy-nilly buy a water heater, buy a furnace, buy clean and wetback or dry and wetback.
Can't do that.
But I'm wondering,
the mold removed from her
what
homes.
I'm wondering,
like
right?
They got that sort of bank account laying around because she does.
What I'm wondering is she getting any taxes off that house? Is she filing taxes as head of household?
Are you talking about that homestead stuff?
Yeah, I wonder if she got any of that going on, because if she's doing that, that means that she's making money off of Maryland or taking money from Maryland. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that is your primary resident. So in order to be able to be a city council person in Flint, the Flint home has to be a primary resident.
Yep.
So, man, okay. Since we knocked down one John Cole, it's time to start investigating. Oh, my fault. I was just saying.
This was.
It's time to investigate her.
This was the last one.
Trevor got a paper.
Yeah.
I do.
We're gonna put some paper on her too.
Uh-oh. Art's already in trouble.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so what's next? What's next?
Read it.
Next is call
Shots fired.
Call arrest and his, you know what? And you need to apologize. It don't take nothing but 2 words to say I'm sorry to Pastor Kevin Thompson and the St. Mark Missionary Baptist Church. The way you talk to that pastor, and I will forever stick up for my pastors. The way you talked to that man and told him shots fired and called him motherfuckers and fake ass pastor, Liddell, it's not about me this time. It's not about me. Tell that man 2 words. No explanation. We don't even want you to explain, but just 2 words. I'm sorry. It happens to all of us, Liddell. Show the compassion in the human side of your heart. That pastor is hurt. You hurt a man of God. Shame on you. Okay, now.
Real quick, everyone, we just found out one of Wyntis's hard lines. Don't fuck with the pastor.
Listen, here we go again. You can't say pastor and F-bomb in the same damn sentence.
Look, don't go accosting.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Cloth.
Before we move on, right? I can't take it no more.
it is
because I don't want to sit up here and look like a hypocrite, right? Okay. Because, some are not called
by God.
By God.
Yep, some of them just got to call.
And they favorite.
I'm serious.
And their favorite line is, "Don't touch my anointed." You know what I'm saying? That keeps the people from talking about him.
Right.
I'm gonna talk about him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got to. If I see him pimping the city, I'm gonna say something.
But you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I've learned? Those pastors, when they get to that meeting spot up there, Pastor Hill said, God is going to hold them at a higher.
Well, I'm gonna hold them.
Standard.
I'm gonna hold them at a standard down here because
Okay.
because in the prayer it says, "Our Father,"
Can you come
which
to church Sunday?
yes, I am.
Okay.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be
What?
done on earth as it is in heaven.
On earth
as
it is in heaven.
Yep.
As it is in heaven.
So you're gonna get
on
on earth.
So I'm gonna get them on earth.
Oh, okay.
And then they can get it as in heaven.
As it is in heaven. Okay. Yeah.
So my thing is,
okay. I don't think he's gonna let you preach something.
Chris Martin, Reginald Flynn, power to the people. They use that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they use that. I'm not saying all pastors, and I had to be taught. I had to be taught to say some pastors instead of all pastors, or just saying pastors in general, because that's a broad statement. I recognize
Fast Eddie. Some were called, some were sent, and some just went. Fast Eddie, you got the comment of the day, baby. Put that up on the screen.
So what you're saying, Art, what you're saying is you want to narrow it down to true men of the cloth. Men who actually, men and women, because there are women of the cloth, who believe in their calling and actually live it, not just...
No, it's not for me to search them out.
No.
Like Christopher Martin.
Pastors.
Like Christopher Martin, right? Like Christopher Martin, for example. Christopher Martin comes out here and he goes with the wind. Whoever's in charge, he's going to kiss their butt just to get a political position or either get money. He backstabs people. I hadn't heard all the bishops down in Detroit talk about how he'll backstab people to get a position with Bishop Shears. I done seen him backstab where he was with Mayor Weaver, and now he's over there with Neely. He won't work with me or this pastor because they working with me. He's the devil.
Okay, so when I said that, what I mean is...
He's a wizard and warlock. My fault. Let me use the Bible term. A wizard and warlock. That's what he is.
So when I say...
Him and Flynn.
When I say...
I said it.
When I say what I said just now, when you say some pastors or most pastors, what you're meaning is actual men of the cloth, not these shysters and schemers.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's, because you went off on a mile there. I'm like, all right, guys, Art's narrowing it down. So when he says some, he means usually the bad ones. When he says others, he means the ones that actually do what they're calling.
My thing is,
but
right?
You aren't the judge.
Can I talk about
my
the
fault.
people is waiting?
My fault.
Oh,
the
yeah.
people waiting.
Something that you broke.
Something that, listen, I told Sheriff Swanson after the camera stopped rolling, I said, Arthur Woodson tried to tell the people when he first seen this clown. Come on, didn't I say that?
Yes.
Listen, A10.
She didn't say clown, though.
Right. A10 News Media was there. We were there for you this morning at the press conference where Sheriff Swanson, we love you, man. Thank you for hearing the cries of the people. Thank you, sir. But it's a shame, and I got to say this. It's a shame that we missed the message because we don't like the messenger.
You don't.
Okay.
I actually like the man.
But we missed the message because we don't like our messengers. Ever since this man, Johnny Cole, matter of fact, let me back up. Johnny Peters. If you search Johnny Peters, go to Google, search Johnny Peters, HIV, Flint. Back in the day, he gave 49 men that came forward. The paper actually says 50 men that came forward.
Well, let's stop right there for a second. That came forward. Right. We don't know the extent of his victim list.
Because as Sheriff Swanson said, in the Black community, it's hard for people to come forward saying that they actually slept with the man. You know, some of them didn't want this stuff to get out.
Yeah.
But now they have HIV if they have slept with him. So back in the day, they had 50 men that we know of that Johnny Peters gave HIV to. Now, what happened? Please go back to my page, and Mickey was going to share it to the A10 News Media Group page. Johnny Peters went before a judge and legally changed his name to John Cole, which anyone can do.
Mm-hmm. And it goes further than that. So when he was trolling for victims, because that's all
Yes.
you can call them. They aren't partners.
And
They aren't
that's
nothing
what
else. They're
Sheriff
victims.
Swanson said, yes.
When he was trolling for victims, he would use different aliases,
Yeah.
different names on Grindr,
Yeah.
Tinder, Plenty of Fish, whatever the hell is out there.
Rumble.
Rumble? I thought that was a video app.
And yes,
it is. I mean, that's where you would go.
That's where you
would.
He would go.
Because
That's where he
time-
was doing his videos.
Right.
So
right.
this time last time it was older men.
Mm-hmm.
This time it was
he moved on
to
the
children.
most vulnerable, which was children.
Now we joke, but this shit ain't funny.
Well, 2 weeks ago, when he went after when he went after that teacher,
Miss
Miss
Rodriguez.
I said
in the parking lot of the school board, y'all.
In the parking lot
Because
of
he
the
was
school
protecting
board.
Claudia Perkins.
He was there with him,
The trustee.
Claudia Perkins, and Lakeisha Turo.
Yeah.
I said, and you guys can go back. I said he had a predilection for smaller men and weaker men in his sexual activities, and then he went after a smaller, weaker woman. And then when a man that is actually built like a man stepped up to him, he had no choice but to be defensive because that's how his brain works.
Let me.
And then he goes after kids because they're smaller and weaker. That is his ideal victim. That is his fucking prey.
Let me say this.
Before you get started with this,
I'm not going to say this part. I just want to talk about how
I want you to talk. I want you to talk with this.
Okay.
Let me say this because, as I said, you broke this story, and I want to give you some time to talk. It was, okay, Trevor's show.
Please.
But I gotta say this. We were there for the press conference, and it's hard as a mother. It should be hard as a father. It should be hard if you have a heart to know that this man was being led around this community by high-level public officials, elected officials, and he had access. As Sheriff Swanson said, this is not the voice of Wyntis Hall. Sheriff Swanson said, led into schools, led into places, parks. Those
festivals that were being held behind City Hall.
Yes.
He was a named invitee.
The most upsetting thing to me today when I stayed back after the press conference, and shouts out to Kent Davis over at TB12. He asked Sheriff Swanson, have you reached out to the mayor's office? Sheriff Swanson said, yes, we reached out to him. And Mayor Neely said that he did not work at City Hall. He did not have any dealings at City Hall. He basically said he didn't know him. Now, this is a man who was seen driving
a Neely truck.
Not a Neely truck. The Neely truck.
You know how Neely got away with that? Because Cole didn't actually have a position at City Hall. He was just a campaign staffer. That doesn't automatically get you into the mayor's office. So
but
he can plausible deny
this man that you knew.
Yes.
You knew he was a predator.
Yes.
Around the people's houses, to the parks, to the schools.
To those fairs around them kids.
I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. Go ahead.
Y'all wasn't up at the election, up at Haskell. I'm going to start off.
Oh, yeah, he tried.
I'm going to start off with this, right? No, I'm going to start off with this right here. I called Wyntis after the press conference, and I said, Wyntis, after hearing all that, how did you feel? How did you feel?
She had that same look on, and she was walking past.
Let me start off with Crystal Cooper. I got chills right now. Let me start off with her. Just hearing Sheriff Swanson say that, just imagine hearing it from the parents itself. Crystal Cooper called me, asking me for help.
Can you answer this question before you get to going? Nancy wants to know, how did the mayor know he was a predator? Let's put that together for the people right now.
Come on, man.
She doesn't know.
Let me tell you how he knew. Yep. I'm gonna tell you, and you might not like how I say this, but I'm gonna say it the way that I said it to the mayor and Johnny Cole at the same time at the election poll at Haskell. Him and Mayor Neely came up to Haskell, and they got to talking smart. Yep. I told Mayor Neely, and y'all can take this any way y'all want to. I'm not threatening you. I'm not advocating violence. Mayor Neely said some stupid shit to me, and I told Mayor Neely he was a bitch when growing up, and I told him he was a bitch now. I don't care if you the mayor. You running around here with this predator, and I don't like him. I don't like his vibe. I don't like anything about him. He is a gay Flavor Flav. That's what I said, man. LGBTQ, FG, and whoever, man. If you get mad at me, I don't give a damn. This dude is a damn predator, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I told him that. Yes, Nilly knew. It's articles out there.
He knew.
It's articles out there. All of them knew. Lakeisha knew. Claudia Perkins knew.
He called
Everybody
her mama.
knew. The kids called her grandmother.
That was some sick shit. And just because they didn't like you, thank you.
Hey.
Just because they didn't like you, they didn't want to listen. And this motherfucker didn't prey on kids. Sheriff Swanson, I shared that video yesterday. On my page, and Swanson played it for it today at the press conference where he was sitting up there with a Nickelodeon t-shirt on.
You know,
that's a sick motherfucker.
This the saddest part about it, man. Like I started out with Crystal Cooper. She called me. Mayor Nilly wouldn't protect the kids, man. The firefighters left the kids, and it wasn't a mistake. They left the kids. And he said it was political suicide if he say anything or if he go after them. Those was 2 young boys, Lamar, Zaire, Mitchell. Now let's fast forward it to now. The mother called me. She said, this dude, he had the first one, and how he played it, he said that was his uncle, and he would go get the other one. This one particular day, he went by himself, and the mother told him that he couldn't go. This fucker had the audacity, the courage, the nerve to call the mother and say, why can't he go with me? That's when she went to the police. She felt like something wasn't right. These little innocent young boys would call Claudia Perkins grandma. Lakeisha Teray, he was in your house. Intake, Lakeisha. You had to do intake. You knew. Y'all sat back and enabled. Y'all allowed this dude to do what he has done. And now you fuckers want to run. Now you fuckers want to say that y'all don't know nothing about it. Y'all got mad because I was cussing the other day. But it's a whole lot more to this. It's a whole lot more. And I'm not going to put their business out there. I just wanted you to hear that part of what I had to hear. Eva Worthing, you upside down 2-liter built asshole. At the city council meeting, you said, how was my hospital stay? Big bitch. I'm saying that. I said it.
Hey, it's my show. You say
I'm not stopping him because
she was
wrong. She was throwing out a jab because they had it rumored on Facebook that Johnny Cole had beat up Arthur Woodson and put him in the hospital. And that bitch, like he said, thought that shit was funny. Because this fucking predator, she giving the predator a shout out for beating up somebody.
Now, you don't look like you've been in a hospital.
Man, I done been live and everything. The only reason why I didn't say anything, because I knew this right here was coming. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Back in December, you came on with me when we were back at the old spot, and we were talking about this guy. I made you laugh when I called him a fucking bioweapon.
Right.
We didn't know the bioweapon had a mind of his own and would start targeting kids.
He was there Monday.
Yep. He was at city
council over there with Eva, hyping her up, putting the batteries in her back.
Matter of fact, let me tell y'all what he said that night. That night, this is what he wrote. This is what he wrote to Barbara Moore.
Then Eva turns around and says it's returned.
Yeah,
right.
Why they telling me I need to get a job and be a better example for my kids? They on there loving this fucking predator.
John Cole.
Be a better example for my kids. Y'all some sick motherfuckers.
Hey, John Cole, Barbara Moore, dusty ass Barbara Moore, who sits in the window. Miss Jenkins in living color, don't do shit but sit on Facebook and talk and shit. Yeah, I'm talking about your dusty pink rollers, dusty ass house shoes wearing ass. Yes, I said it. I don't give a fuck who takes snippets out of this shit, man. You kiss my ass. Kids, man, molested. HIV. Fuck y'all. And the ship y'all rode in on. Now, you don't like what the fuck I had to say? Do something about it. That's what the fuck you do. John Cole, Barbara Moore. It is ridiculous. Eric Mays and Art Woodson created a threatening situation towards Councilwoman Eva. I believe justice shall be done. Also, Winfrey Carter made a comment towards Eva. This is exactly what she said. Someone is going to get her. That is an indication of threat on her life. All three of these individuals that I spoke about, legal justice shall be done. I will be contacting the Flint Police Department, writing a statement. Councilwoman Eva, stay strong. God will deal with these individuals accordingly. God dealt with your mother. God, man.
God ain't dealt with him yet. No. This is the legal system about to deal with them. Now, however, I want everyone to take a moment. What's Eva do for work?
She's a
School teacher.
As a matter of fact,
What
she
did
had
he
him
do?
over there.
What did he?
Did she have him over there?
I heard. I don't
What?
know.
Eva had him over. Had him
It
over
was
at Hamley.
true. Okay.
What did he do? He touched kids.
Right.
He was sucking up to her to get closer to kids.
Don't
Sure
say
enough.
that.
She
Don't
fucking
say
allowed
Don't say it
it.
like
Don't
that,
say
sucking
that.
up to her.
No, I'm just saying I don't.
You know.
I'm not saying don't say that. I'm just saying I don't want to believe that she would be that dumb.
She was. I mean, she been dumb ever since she been on council.
How long has
Shit,
he been
what?
She
saying?
got
Stop.
2 kids.
And guess what? Just like when she used to put Eric Mays, her and Kate Fields used to put Eric Mays, Councilman Mays' address on Facebook. And I went before council and said, Eva, you shouldn't be putting people's addresses on online because anything can happen. You have kids. This upside down 2 leader turns around and said, I threatened her. I'm going down to the police to write a statement and file a complaint against you. Yeah. That's how gullible. Listen, y'all, let me tell y'all something, man.
I do want to point out before we go into a little further. This is not me saying she is offering them up. This is not me saying that she overly knew. I am saying
what Swanson said, where he uses them as an avenue, as a what they call it, conduit. What is it?
A conduit.
Conduit to get to them.
Yes,
that's what he does. Mayor Neely, he gave them all shout outs on the video. Mayor Neely, I thank you. Yeah. Basically, he's saying, Mayor Neely, I thank you for putting me in position to do what I need to do. Claudia Perkins, thank you for putting me in a position to do what I need to do. Ladell Lewis, thank you for putting me in a position to do what I need to do. Laura McIntyre, thank you for putting me in a position to do what I need to do. Not Claudia, but Joyce McNeil, thank you for putting me in a position to do what I need to do. Lakeisha Teray, oh, I'm a bad bitch. That's what you said. Hey, and Claudia Perkins, there's blood everywhere. You damn nanny goat chin. Hey, man, listen, man. Hey, Ladell, Leslie Haney, Thomas Haney, all y'all, man, because y'all do not care for Wyntis. Y'all don't care for Travis. Y'all, Trevor. I said Trevor. Randy Travis. Randy Travis shit is all the same.
Damn.
I needed that laugh.
But no.
I needed that laugh.
Hey, no, you're right. Because he's connected to all these people, and every single one of them have either turned a blind eye to what he's done in the past, enabling him to do what he did recently, do what he did to that boy.
Did y'all see the picture of Aunt Esther with him? Y'all know who Aunt Esther is, right?
No, was that his birthday gala?
No, that was the Mayor Sheldon Neely's gala. It was a Christmas party. New Year's Eve.
With that jacked up like suit of his?
Yeah,
special
that was
invite
New Year's.
party?
Yeah, no, it wasn't a special invite. He just didn't have enough people, and he said it was a special invite.
Oh, okay.
It was. But y'all seen Aunt Esther, right? Standing there up under the banner with him.
I gotta go look on it. Yeah,
you know who Aunt Esther? Tommy, y'all. That's Aunt Esther. She started out as a janitor and a cook. She didn't have a job, so he gave her a janitor job. She would come in like 7 o'clock in the morning with a vacuum. I used to be mad, man, because we had to pick our feet up, right? And she would be vacuuming, and she would bring lunch in. She would cook the night before and bring all of them lunch. And then, matter of fact, check this out. Neely.
Yes.
You better watch him. Remember, Tanya, how How long have I been saying this? How long have I been saying this?
Saying what?
10 o'clock. He called. Tanya called me.
That
Asked
damn
me
popcorn.
that popcorn. He asked me to come down to City Hall. 10 o'clock at night. I walked up in there. He met me at the door. You want some popcorn?
And guess what Johnny Cole was holding?
Popcorn.
A box of popcorn.
He said, Art, you want
Wasn't
some?
he also giving out popcorn during the election?
Yeah.
What is it with this man fucking popcorn?
Listen. At Northwestern, check this out. He met me at the door with popcorn. I got up in there. You want some popcorn? I said, man, look like I want some motherfucking popcorn. You called me back down here. I was already down here, man, earlier for city council. What the fuck I want with some popcorn? So now we talking. I said, man, why you call me down here? Tanya, all I'm standing right there. I said, why you call me down here? He said, come here, man. Let me show you something. Let me show you. Come here. He take me to this room.
Yeah, the candy room.
A
right?
candy room. I said, you tree jumper, look like I want some motherfucking candy.
I want to go to bed, motherfucker.
Hey.
And listen.
He never told me what I was down there for.
He never will.
He never told me.
Popcorn.
Asked me, did I want some popcorn and took me in a candy room.
There's a direct question here that must be addressed. It said, Johnny Cole told me, don't be disrespecting my mama. Kathleen King asked, who's his mama? He was referring to
Claudia Perkins.
Trustee Claudia Perkins.
Yes.
Of the Flint Community School Board.
He said that's his godmother. He said that's his godmother, right? But all of them, man, listen, man.
Flint Community School.
Lakeisha got on there.
Me and
Dr. Green was down in Atlanta. And she said, I can't wait for you and that bitch to get back.
Not
Step up.
She called my no.
That's what she said. Lakeisha, because her and Johnny Cole, I was going at her and Johnny Cole, and I said that's sex predator.
Yep, because
I would call him a sex predator every damn time.
Because he was calling her Monday. He had them hydraulic switches in his ass, and he was jumping up and walking across every time.
Man, listen, I kid y'all not, man. The vibe that mug sent out when you was around him and the way that he looked at you and the way that he talked, man, listen.
Sheriff Swanson said it gave him chill bumps. Didn't you hear when he said
I'm telling you, man.
It's giving me goosebumps. This man is the best in the worst way at grooming.
Hey, but listen.
His words.
Listen to this. Yep. Listen to this, man. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Barbara Moore and her crew.
Well, who is the crew?
Over there on Uncensored Flint Politics.
Name the crew.
They would go against us. I've been doing this for over 9 years. Mm-hmm. Tell me one thing that I have really done for all these people right now to be going after me. They put on and I told Adam Ford that page gonna get him fucked up, man. Right? I'm not advocating.
I thought I was supposed to give an answer. You said name one thing.
It was a retort.
I thought you wanted an answer.
No, I ain't want one.
They are mad because, and I hate to say it, but Spike Lee tried to tell us way back in the day. If y'all ever watched any Spike Lee movies when he did School Days, now some of them are not the prettiest apples off the tree. And if you look at Danielle Green, you will see that Danielle Green is a beautiful, beautiful woman. They will never be able to get Danielle Green's beautifulness. And they never had her beautifulness. So when I got the beautifulness, they hating. It's like Mary Weaver. They can't name nothing else about Mary Weaver. Look at Mary Weaver.
I ain't never seen a man go after me like Kevin Luster. Captain Toad. Gummy Bear.
He said I was Terry Carter.
Yeah.
I'm Terry Carter.
I'm talking about him, man. I'm talking about that loose face. Man, okay. I seen you comment on him, man. I respect the man that don't use anonymous.
Hey, if you have to fucking
fuck him.
No, you can say that. But if you're running around lately as a motherfucking anonymous, I don't want to talk to you. Period. End of fucking story. Stand by your goddamn word.
I don't care if he stand by his word. I don't care if he put his name up there 5 damn times. He's still a bitch.
Yeah.
Ding. I'd rather see the bitch. I'd rather see the bitch on anonymous than a bitch with his name out there. He's a bitch. Anonymous, he's a bitch with his name. I said it, Kevin Luster. You a bitch. Lou Mason, you a bitch. All y'all some bitches, man.
Mickey,
Y'all,
like,
hey,
we
I'm
going
telling
off
you,
the air
man.
today.
I don't give a damn, man. Hey, you might have to remove this one, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Hey, no, I'm still paying boost this
hey, man. Hey, man, I'm serious,
This
man.
called Trevor's Rant for a reason.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Explicit
But
lyrics.
They taping it right now. Anyway.
I don't care if
they
they're taping it.
anyway.
They trying to have a come to Jesus moment over there. Every single last one of them over there gave Johnny Cole props for allegedly whooping your ass.
And then Adam Ford allowed them to put up. Let me tell y'all something, man.
And he know who the anonymous posters are.
The reason why I don't cheat in relationships is because I know that I'm a man.
Ooh,
right?
Melissa, baby,
I know that I'm a man.
Yes,
and I'm going to say this again, right? I know that I'm a man, so I don't have to cheat and go around bragging that, hey, man, I slept with this woman, I slept with that woman, I slept with this woman, because I am not in search of my male masculinity. A lot of men that sleep with different women are in search of their male masculinity so that they can go tell another man, hey, I slept with her, so that they can try to prove that they are a man, that they're a man. I'm saying that shit. I don't give a damn. If you don't like what I just said, fuck you. So the reason why I say that is because Adam Ford allowed somebody to put some bullshit up on uncensored Flint politics that I'm gay. You see what I'm saying? That I sleep with men. You know what I'm saying? That I got raped in prison. Motherfucking try me.
They called me.
That's what the fuck you do. Yeah. That's what the fuck you do. Try me. You sorry sack of shit.
They called me the early hospital hoe.
That's what I was getting to right there. I seen that. Yeah. He let that bullshit up there. It's supposed to be about politics, you punk ass motherfucker.
He said, "Oh, I'm not on there all of the time." But let me tell you this. When you get ready to post anonymous, it's reported to the administrator who the anonymous person is.
He know who it is.
I done read groups. He know who posted over there.
He know anonymous. Who it is.
But yeah, I've already put my feelings about anonymous out there. And you can have your
I said I wasn't going to get mad, man. I said I wasn't going to cuss this shit, man. But
we'll get you some ice cream to get your blood.
We're going to church Sunday.
I think I got my blood pressure pills in the car,
we'll get you some ice cream too. But no. All right. I do want to fucking follow out with this, right? There's been a rash of anonymous lately. People who don't believe in what they say enough to fucking put their name on it. And all right, so we had the conversation about that gentleman, but there are others out there on both sides. If you're watching this, if you like 810, if you like the information we put out, if you use the information we put out, I'm just going to ask you, put your name on it.
Yep. Join Flint Politics Reboot, Hood News Network. We don't do that anonymous stuff.
But seriously, put your name on it.
Yeah.
But stand by what you say.
What did I say? Let's take this as a school board.
Oh, God.
You can identify anonymous people.
Oh, yeah. They don't change up their syntax. They don't change up their word choice. They don't change up their grammar. It's always the same deal, the same way.
Said semantics and grammar. Now, let me break it down in hood
punctuation.
Terms. They say the same shit.
The same way.
Look and see who ain't posted in a while. Okay. Look who see in Facebook jail. Look and see who liking the stuff after anonymous posted. Then you can see what kind of crew you're part of.
Hey, let me say this, man. I can calm down a little bit.
Then we about to go.
Hey, I'm sorry, everybody, for going off on the deep end. That was a meltdown right there.
You know what? It was supposed to be a meltdown.
You know, just thinking about them little kids, man.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I'm not advocating violence or anything like that, but at some point, you know, I can't hold it in. Right. You know, people saying stupid ass shit.
Absolutely.
You know, while we trying to help save lives, while we trying to help save babies, while we trying to tell people that there's predators out here, and you got other people like Barbara Moore and her crew and all the rest of them fighting against us. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put these pedophiles, these deviant sexual predators up on a pedestal because they are against me. So I'm gonna help them be against Art because he's talking a whole lot better than I am, and I can throw a rock and hide behind him. You see what I'm saying?
You don't have to apologize.
I'm just letting you know, man. When you get some of these phone calls, man, when people start trusting you and depending on you to go out here and really help them, man. When you hear these mothers crying, when you hear these parents crying, when you sitting up late at night wondering how can you help them, and you can't really do nothing. then fucking talk to me. But other than that, you sitting on Facebook with your dusty ass not doing shit but talking, shut the fuck up. That's what the fuck you do, Barbara Moore. Shut the fuck up. I'm done, man.
Oh, I thought I was listening for the rest of the day.
No.
Okay,
He
so
says
so
he's done.
I do want to I want to say this because I want to put it out there for the public because I like to. If you step ahead of it, then they gotta go back and have another meeting. So they're trying to label us as a insurrectionist. Is what they're trying to call
And we're
us.
not insurrectionists,
Yes,
and
they
we
trying
are
to
not.
call us
We are
some
not advocating violence.
insurrectionists.
No.
I'm speaking in my Ariel voice. We are not insurrectionists. Okay. Now we asked for 200 people to come to the May 22nd council meeting to speak peacefully.
May I?
Yes, you may.
Come. Be respectful.
Yes.
Be calm.
Yes.
Speak your mind.
Yes.
Let
If
it
you
be
want
known
to,
how
yes.
you feel. Let it be known what you think.
Mhm.
Let it be known. No violence.
Can I say something?
And don't be
We've been doing this
disruptive.
since 2014 for the water crisis, protesting.
Mhm.
If anybody should have been mad, we was being poisoned, we was being killed. If we wanted to act a fool, if we wanted to just tear up everything, we would have did it back then. The only reason why they are afraid is because they don't know what it's like to have to fight for your rights. They don't know what it is to have freedom of speech. They came in not knowing, just thinking that they could just take over and ride the wave that we presented after fighting for our rights and fighting to get the water. Liddell Lewis, where was she? Down in Maryland. Allie Herkenroder, where was she? With Tim, what's his name? Wahlberg, Republican
Interning.
birther, who says President Obama doesn't have a real birth certificate. Where was she?
Who started that?
Judy Priestley, where was she? Eva Worthing, she wasn't nowhere. She just there. Who else knew on there that wasn't out here fighting with us?
Quincy.
Quincy was fighting with us.
Okay. Dennis Pfeiffer.
Dennis Pfeiffer wasn't here. The majority of that council was not here when we was fighting emergency managers. We was fighting KWA. We was fighting Governor Snyder. We was fighting EPA. We was fighting Eagle. We was fighting all these people. After we didn't put everything in position, these carpetbaggers came in on that wave and got in because the people in the city of Flint wanted something new. Now that they in there, they can't handle our frustration. They can't handle our mistrust. Now they want to call police officers. Laura McIntyre know what it's like. Joyce McNeil knows what it's like. Claudia Perkins knows what it's like. But see, they can't handle the other side of that podium now. So now they want to act like they scared, but they're not really scared.
Not
they
the
want
way
to.
Judy talked to
They
us
want to
when she
learn.
plug your ears up. Not the way she talked to us when she came back in there.
Right.
You were sitting out there smoking a cigarette.
Are you gonna tell everybody I smoke? I need one now.
You were smoking a cigarette because you was mad. It was too much that was going on that day.
I got some.
And I was standing up looking that way. I think Paul heard it. Plug your ears up because I don't want to talk about your auntie in front of you.
No, you need to hear this.
Okay,
that's this intervention.
Okay, so long titty. Sorry, Trevor. Councilwoman Priestley came walking up this way. She came. Sorry, Trevor. She came walking up, and she gonna tell me and Art. Oh, see, that's what you get. She told me and Art. She said, "I was elected. I belong here." And I looked at Art. I said, "Who's she talking to?" I said, "I don't know who she talking to." And then M. Lies gonna put out that article talking about she was scared.
I called Ron Fonger that day,
Did
man.
you? Oh, I'm so glad you talked to
I called
Ron.
Ron Fonger. I said, when the 3 black people walked out of council, y'all said, did no work get done? Mayor Neely talking about his dysfunctional council. Mayor Sheldon Santos Neely. My fault, y'all. Santos. You got to put the Santos in there. Hey, y'all know Mayor Sheldon Santos Neely. He even put out a statement, they dysfunctional about the 3 black individuals that walked off council. Now, let's fast forward. 3 white individuals walked off council. Guess what? They the victim. It was chaotic. They were scared. If Judy Priestley, if you're scared, Judy Priestley said that they followed her to the car with video. Gina Luster and Sister Muhammad was already outside. If you are afraid, why the hell are you getting out your car walking towards the camera? Judy Priestley.
We're going to call her the Medea.
Medea. All right. Oh, shit. Hey, who else commented in there? Eva Worthy. Check this out. Wyntis Hall, and you can hear the video. Wyntis Hall, Eva Worthing stuck her finger up at the three that was sitting up in the front. Wyntis Hall said she gonna do it next week. The person that was on the video said, "I'm gonna be on her head." We all know what "be on her head" means. It didn't say she was gonna beat her on her head. She said, "I'm gonna be on her head."
And otherwise, I'm gonna be watching her. I'm gonna be looking at.
Let me show you. Let me show you how they don't know. Danielle says something. They not like us. They try to say that they like us. We are the same, and they speak our language. You don't speak our language. Let me give you an example of why they don't speak our language. Councilwoman Burns, I'm sorry, but I got to say this. Okay. RL was speaking, and he said that Eva was going to do a Will Smith on Tanya.
He was coming up to you, and he was going to smack you. He was coming up to the stage, and you, the Chris Rock, and the Will Smith was standing there and going to hit you.
And we started laughing. We started laughing, right? Because we know what he was talking about.
Right.
Judy Priestley said, point of order. Point of order. Y'all know something wrong with him, and da-da-da. You can't say that. You can't laugh at him. I yelled out, we laughing with him.
And I said,
but it goes to show that you all don't speak our language. And y'all running and jumping and playing Karen, trying to say, you know what? I'm going to tell you what it is. It's not you, because you don't act like this. It's the white saviorism complex.
Damn, that's a big word.
They feel that they you know what I'm talking about, right?
Them fucking blue hairs, yep.
Hey, they feel like we don't know how to save ourselves. It's called BIPOC, Black Indigenous People of Color.
Yeah. So these folks look like me. They come in and say, Wyntis, you don't know nothing about yourself. You don't know nothing about your culture. Let me do it for you.
Yeah.
These dumb motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I dislike them folk. Fuck them.
Okay.
Well, then, there it is.
Well,
hey, y'all.
Well, I just want to sum it up here. I think we had a really great show today. Again, the greatest producer in the world, Mickey Jordan. Thank you. Always, A10 News Media Group.
Are you going to keep this up?
He's going to keep it up. We probably don't need to boost this one. I'm sure it's going to go viral all on its own.
Well, boy. What's going on tonight?
Okay, so tonight we had a presidential candidate,
Mr. Steve Laffey.
Steve Laffey.
Laffey
Taffy.
Do you own stock in that?
I don't know.
No.
But Mr. President
did pull a city out of bankruptcy. Shit. If he doesn't get president, can we just have him come here and start telling our mayor how to unfuck himself?
No, I'm hoping.
He got the studio audience tripping. Listen, tonight at 5:00, we are going to have a presidential candidate, Steve Laffey, on with us live via satellite from Rhode Island. We will be on our best Colorado or wherever he's from. We will. We will be on our best behavior tonight. So if you think you're going to get some excitement and laughter and chills out of us tonight, you will, because
he is getting asked a couple questions.
He asked to come on,
and if he says
our show,
that man's getting ripped up.
Right now, see, if we invite you on our show, as my mom used to tell me, if I invite you to my house, I'm not gonna mistreat you. But if you come on your own, it's open season. So he asked to come to our house, and I got some questions. Trevor got some questions. I got some questions. I don't know nothing about this man. He don't know nothing about me. So we need to find out about the Black agenda.
I might have a few questions.
He got 2 pages of questions. I'm gonna have to get mine out first.
Look.
So that's tonight at 5, and we about to get out of here. I'm gonna let Trevor leave us with last words.
So he is the first.
Don't have nothing to say.
You done said enough.
No, look, He is the first, Mr. Laffy. I hope he isn't the last. If you have time for Flint, 810 has time for you. If you're running for an office, give us a shout. Contact Mr. Mickey, the greatest producer in the world. We will work with you. If you can't come into the studio, we can obviously go remote. We want to hear from you. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Trevor's Rant, but it turned out to be Art Unleashed. The man decided to wreck house, and we aren't going to do nothing about it. Deal with it.
We
Mr.
are
Art,
dysfunctional
you got some
group of
parting
people.
words?
My parting words is, man, listen, y'all. Don't allow politics to get in the way of what's really happening out here, man.
Right.
Don't allow that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's too many people being affected out here. By playing politics, we didn't allow 2 firemen to get away with murder. By playing politics, we didn't allow I don't know how many kids get molested, man. You know what I'm saying? It still might be some more out there. Yeah. And we allowed this deviant sexual predator to roam the streets along with elected officials. And if Mayor Sheldon Neely say he don't know this person, he didn't work with him, go watch my video where I was at Burston this past Saturday, passing out water. And he was helping Mayor Neely pass out his little constitutional books to the kids. If you don't believe it, man, go look at Easter egg hunt where he was with them, Mayor Neely. He pulls up in that city vehicle. I got it on camera, man.
The white truck.
No. It's a little Chevy truck, like SUV.
So he was driving Sheldon's.
Right. He don't believe Mayor Sheldon Neely when he say that he didn't work with him. I'm gonna tell y'all something interesting real quick that Sheriff Swanson said.
He didn't work for the city.
Sheriff Swanson said that it's a whole lot of interesting text messages in that phone.
Did say it.
He said that it's still people, other stuff coming in. Hey, matter of fact, he said there was a lot of horrible stuff in there too.
Derek Smart said Neely trying to stay away from that liability.
Derek Smart.
So
Derek Smart.
Don't believe the hype when he say. Matter of fact, guess what, y'all? I'm gonna put the picture up where he. Matter of fact, I'm gonna reshare the video and tell you the marker.
I want to know who the hell owns Flint Talk.
Oh, that's
because he was president and CEO.
He put it on there. He made a statement.
I know they made a statement. I could know they took the statement down.
Yeah, it's another statement. Hold on.
Because I posted the original statement.
Which one was the original statement you had?
That they're gonna leave his videos.
And we're parting ways.
24 hours later, they're all gone. All of them.
Hold on, because he took it down because I showed. Man, who did I send it to? I sent it to somebody.
It's on my page.
Oh, all right. There you go, right here. You didn't get this one, right? This is the one that he took down. Yeah, put it up. As soon as I went back on there. Yeah, no, this is a different one. This is the different one where he put the picture and everything.
Oh, they put the picture up now with it?
Yeah, they put the picture and everything, right? And
that's the one I got where he was arrested and we parted ways with him.
Right. They just put part of it. It's a whole lot more.
Oh man.
He said line.
But who is they? If he was president and CEO of Flint Talk, who's running Flint Talk now? That's my question.
The dude, Steve Myers.
Steve Myers.
Right there. Author Steve Myers.
Steve Myers. We like to get in contact with Steve Myers. I got some questions about
I have some honest questions for him.
I got some questions. I want to know how Steve Myers
is legit and honest.
Y'all listen, my fault.
Because he was interviewing them boys over there.
Hey, y'all, my fault. I didn't mean to show y'all that I be screenshotting everybody's shit.
We already know that. Shit, that ain't no big secret here.
Hey, look, the last video, right? The last video that he did over there was where he had the young man on there talking about Dr. Green and what happened with Laura McIntyre. And I couldn't even watch 5 minutes of that video because it looked like the young man was drugged up, man.
Look at this anonymous email I just got. I don't know how these people be knowing what they be knowing.
They say that Hey,
somebody married with.
Hey, said that the mayor, his first phone call was to the mayor from jail without the bail.
Now here's the other thing.
Man,
I don't
I'm
mean to
done.
laugh.
My
It's a
mama
bad.
calling me.
Nah,
It's time
hey,
for us to go.
Here's another thing, and it does need to be put out real quick
Yeah.
before we end.
Mhm.
This man's in jail.
Yes.
He's in lockup.
He said there's some more coming.
You don't have access to this.
So how
he's scrubbing his profile?
And because they scrubbed it. They scrubbed it. We had a team out there working. What's today? Friday.
I had to go through
Thursday,
Wayback Machine to find some
Wednesday.
fucking pictures.
Well, we had a collection, but instead of doing all of that, we just wanted to go and get the recent ones. And so our team was out there at the same time Wednesday. Boom, 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 boom. And they was out there right behind us, but they forgot about YouTube.
They forgot about YouTube. They forgot about archives, and they forgot about the Wayback Machine. Guys, you're not smart.
And we're not advocating.
Stop.
We're not advocating violence.
We're not advocating violence.
No,
here
but
at
we're not advocating violence.
No, none of that.
We're not advocating violence.
We don't want no one to feel no.
We're not inciting a riot.
But when you meet the Heavenly Father, I hope He throws you in a fiery pit.
We are not
without
insurrectionists.
Meshach and Abednego, because we want you to burn. Because Pastor Hill said it was a fourth man in there with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Who the hell is Shadrach and Meshach?
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Who the hell is?
You got to come to church Sunday.
Man.
Or a bad Negro.
That did not come out of my fucking hole.
Who the hell is Benny Goat?
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Benny Goat or Benny Goat?
Shadrach, Meshach, and
him?
Abednego.
Is Nanny Goat with him too?
No, it's Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Who the hell is Benny Goat?
No, they
who
went.
Who the hell are these three people?
Let me tell you, I'm about to tell you who they was.
Hey,
they went up to the king,
hit the button
and
here.
the king told them that they.
No, they might want to know too.
And so they Wait, let me tell you about. I'm about to tell them that you can't say damn the Hebrew boys in the same sentence. So they were serving God, right? And the people, the king of that time wanted them boys to serve his golden statue. This is Pastor Hill taught us. Might not be the same way, but I'm trying to give you the best way I can.
Okay.
And so when he said y'all gonna pray to this statue, and the boy said they wasn't gonna pray to the statue. It's the same thing. And so he came in there, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and so the king told the police to come and throw him in the fiery pit. And so he threw them in the fiery pit. And when they threw the ropes and stuff, they burnt off because that's how hot the pit was, right? And so the king called his homeboys. They was like, I thought, who all you put in there? He was like, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He said, well, who is that fourth man walking with him? He said it was Jesus. All
right, so now how does this go into what we're saying?
Make sure y'all come to church Sunday to the Mount Pisgah Missionary Baptist Church, G6415 Cloud Road, where the pastor Reverend Wallace Hill III.
We done cussed up
Your
a storm.
church just owes me now. Advertisement space.
We done cussed up a storm in the video, and she done gave a sermon at the end.
That's okay.
So
we trying to get saved.
Violence.
We're trying to get saved. We're trying to be better than we was yesterday. What?
You think that the King James Bible
I
is the old Bible?
Church. See, this is what people need to know. We go to church. Well, it don't matter.
Oh, you turned it off already?
We still live, but I go to church. I want people to know that it's okay to be me. It's okay.
You know what? Real quick. It's no mask. You know what I'm saying? I respect people, man, cursing and whatever, because it's not a mask and they showing me the real true them. None of us are perfect. If any of us was perfect, we'll be Jesus right now.
Yeah.
I am not Jesus. I am still a work in progress. I love God. I am a God-fearing man. I pray every morning.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
There she go with Nanny Goat and them and all them.
Man, hit the button, Mickey. We love you guys much. We'll see you at 5.
Holler at y'all, man. Thank you.